Welcome to my video about the components of car suspension. A car suspension system is a crucial part of its performance and safety, as it ensures a smooth ride, stable handling, and proper tire contact with the road. In this video, we'll be discussing the key components of a car suspension system, including springs, shock absorbers, struts, anti-roll bars, and bushings. We'll explain how each component works, their benefits and drawbacks, and how they all work together to give your car the best ride possible. Whether you're a car enthusiast, a mechanic, or just curious about how your car works, let's dive in and explore the fascinating world of car suspensions. Let's start by talking about the springs in a car suspension system. The springs are responsible for absorbing the shocks and vibrations caused by driving on uneven surfaces, and they help keep the car's wheels in contact with the road. There are several types of springs used in cars, including coil springs, leaf springs, and air springs. Coil springs are the most common type of spring and are found in the majority of cars on the road. They're made of steel wire wound in a helix shape, and their stiffness can be adjusted to suit different types of driving conditions. Leaf springs are typically found in trucks and SUVs and are made up of several layers of steel strips mounted on top of each other. Air springs are a more modern type of spring and use compressed air to provide the necessary support and cushioning. Each type of spring has its own pros and cons. Coil springs are easy to manufacture and provide good handling and ride comfort, but can be noisy and have a limited lifespan. Leaf springs are durable and can handle heavy loads, but can be bouncy and uncomfortable. Air springs provide a comfortable ride and are adjustable, but are expensive and can be complicated to maintain. Overall, the springs are an essential part of a car suspension system, and choosing the right type of spring for your vehicle depends on several factors, such as the weight of the car, the type of driving you'll be doing, and your personal preferences. Next up, let's talk about shock absorbers. Shock absorbers, or shocks for short, are designed to absorb and dampen the energy created when the wheels hit bumps or rough patches on the road. This helps to prevent the car from bouncing around too much, which can compromise handling and comfort. There are two main types of shock absorbers, hydraulic and gas-charged. Hydraulic shocks use fluid to absorb the energy from the wheels and convert it into heat, which is then dissipated into the air. Gas-charged shocks, on the other hand, use both fluid and gas to create a stronger damping effect. They're generally considered to be more effective and longer lasting than hydraulic shocks. The benefits of shock absorbers are numerous. They help to improve the ride comfort of a vehicle, reduce body roll and sway, and provide better control during cornering and braking. Shock absorbers can also extend the life of other suspension components, such as the tires, by reducing the impact of bumps and vibrations. It's important to note that shock absorbers don't last forever and will eventually wear out over time. Signs that your shocks may need to be replaced include excessive bouncing, uneven tire wear, and a bumpy ride. If you're experiencing any of these issues, it's best to have your shocks inspected by a professional mechanic. Overall, shock absorbers are a critical component of a car's suspension system, and having properly functioning shocks can greatly improve the performance and comfort of your vehicle. Moving on to the next component of a car suspension system, let's talk about struts. Struts are a common suspension component found in many cars, and they perform a similar function to shock absorbers. They help to dampen and absorb shocks and vibrations from the road, but they also provide additional structural support for the vehicle. Struts are typically used in a type of suspension called a McPherson strut suspension, which is commonly found in front-wheel drive vehicles. A McPherson strut suspension consists of a single strut assembly that contains a spring, shock absorber, and other structural components. This design helps to simplify the suspension system and reduce weight and cost. The benefits of struts are similar to those of shock absorbers, but with the added benefit of providing structural support. Struts can improve handling and stability by reducing body roll and flexing, and they also help to keep the wheels in proper alignment. However, struts can be more expensive and complicated to replace than simple shock absorbers, as they require additional labor to remove and install. Like shock absorbers, struts will wear out over time and may need to be replaced. Signs that your struts may be failing include a bumpy ride, excessive body roll, and unusual noises or vibrations. If you suspect that your struts are worn out, it's important to have them inspected by a professional mechanic. Overall, struts are an important component of a car suspension system, and they can greatly improve handling and stability while providing additional structural support. Lastly, let's talk about anti-roll bars, which are another key component of a car suspension system. Anti-roll bars, also known as sway bars, are designed to reduce body roll during cornering and other maneuvers that shift the car's weight from side to side. Anti-roll bars work by connecting the left and right wheels of a car together with a long metal bar, typically made of steel. When the car turns, the bar twists, providing resistance to the body roll and helping to keep the car flat and stable. Anti-roll bars are typically found in the front and or rear of a car, depending on the design of the suspension system. The benefits of anti-roll bars are significant. By reducing body roll, they improve handling and stability, making it easier to maintain control of the vehicle during aggressive driving maneuvers. They can also improve the comfort of the ride by reducing the amount of body movement that passengers feel. It's worth noting that anti-roll bars can have some downsides as well. They can make the ride stiffer and less comfortable, and can reduce the amount of suspension travel available, which can lead to a rougher ride on bumpy roads. Additionally, they can add weight and cost to a vehicle. Overall, anti-roll bars are an important component of a car's suspension system, particularly for those who prioritize handling and performance. Whether or not your car has anti-roll bars depends on the specific make and model, but they can be added aftermarket for those who want to improve the handling characteristics of their vehicle. Last but not least, let's talk about bushings, which are a small but important component of a car's suspension system. Bushings are typically made of rubber or polyurethane and are used to reduce the amount of metal-to-metal contact between different suspension components. Bushings are found throughout the suspension system, and they serve a number of important functions. They help to absorb and dampen vibrations and noise, reduce friction and wear between different parts, and provide a cushioning effect that helps to keep the ride smooth and comfortable. The benefits of bushings are significant. By reducing the amount of metal-to-metal contact, they can greatly improve the lifespan and durability of suspension components, such as control arms and sway bars. They can also improve the ride quality by reducing noise, vibration, and harshness. However, bushings can wear out over time, especially if they're exposed to harsh weather or road conditions. Signs that your bushings may be failing include excessive noise, vibration, and harshness, as well as uneven tire wear and handling issues. If you suspect that your bushings are worn out, it's important to have them inspected by a professional mechanic. In summary, while bushings may not be the most exciting component of a car's suspension system, they play an important role in keeping the ride smooth, comfortable, and durable. Proper maintenance and replacement of bushings as needed can help to ensure the long-term health and performance of your vehicle. All of the components we've discussed so far work together to create a suspension system that can handle the challenges of the road. But how are these components assembled to create a functional suspension system? The specific design and assembly of a suspension system will depend on the make and model of the car, as well as the desired performance characteristics. However, there are some general principles that apply to most suspension systems. The key components of a suspension system are typically mounted to the chassis of the car, which is the main structural component that supports the weight of the vehicle. The springs, shock absorbers, and struts are usually mounted between the chassis and the wheels, and are connected to each other and to the chassis through a variety of metal and rubber components. The anti-roll bars are typically mounted near the wheels and are connected to the suspension components through bushings and metal links. The bushings are used to reduce metal-to-metal contact and provide a cushioning effect that helps to keep the ride smooth and comfortable. The final assembly of the suspension system involves carefully tuning the components to work together in harmony. This tuning process involves adjusting the stiffness of the springs, shock absorbers, and anti-roll bars to achieve the desired handling and performance characteristics. It's worth noting that suspension systems can be quite complex and require a significant amount of expertise to design and assemble properly. As a result, it's important to rely on qualified professionals when working on your suspension system. In summary, the assembly of a suspension system involves mounting key components to the chassis and wheels of the car, and carefully tuning the system to achieve the desired handling and performance characteristics. By working together in harmony, these components can create a suspension system that can handle the challenges of the road and provide a smooth, comfortable ride. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of the components of car suspension. We've discussed the 4 key components of suspension systems, including springs, shock absorbers, struts, and anti-roll bars, as well as the importance of bushings in reducing metal-to-metal contact and providing a cushioning effect. Each of these components plays an important role in the overall performance and handling of your vehicle, and it's important to keep them in good working condition to ensure a safe and comfortable ride. Remember, if you notice any issues with your suspension system, such as excessive noise or vibration, uneven tire wear, or handling problems, it's important to have your vehicle inspected by a qualified mechanic. By taking care of your suspension system and addressing any issues promptly, you can ensure that your vehicle is operating at its best and provide a smooth, comfortable ride for you and your passengers. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more car-related content. And as always, drive safe and have a great day. Until next time, happy motoring. Thanks for watching.